Next up, I'd like to introduce you to Philippa and Scott from Treetops Hospice. I think Philippa is going to speak first, and then she's going to hand over to Scott. So Philippa, over to you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Philippa Shreve. I'm the Director of Clinical Services at Treetops Hospice. Death. It's a very, very difficult subject that many of us find hard to talk about. But at Treetops, it's what we support and deal with every day. The important thing we have to remember is that death will come to us all. We cannot escape that fact. And for all of us throughout life, we will actually have to support and live and work through the terrible time of losing somebody as they die. Obviously, COVID has created some significant challenges to us in the hospice sector. For many people, people think that a hospice is somewhere where you go to where there are beds in a building that provide care for people at end of life. But at Treetops, that's not the case for us. All of our hospice beds actually exist out in the community in people's own homes. And we have a hospice at home service that supports people 24/7 every week, but predominantly we are there at night to support families and carers as that loved one is dying. In normal times, we would put a staff member into that home at night to support that family and to provide care from 9 o'clock at night till the early hours of the morning, 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. What we have found is that over the challenge of COVID, the normal processes that we would use working with other NHS colleagues has not been possible. In normal times, if we needed additional support at night, we would call upon other services such as the out-of-hours emergency GP and district nursing service. But because of the challenges of COVID, those services have been extremely stretched. And we've also had the challenge of if people have needed to actually go into hospital for symptom support and care, that the difficulty then is that loved ones could not go with them due to the hospital restrictions. As a result, we decided that we would change the way in which we used our staffing model to provide more care and support to people in the community. So instead of placing our registered nurses with one patient for the whole night, we decided we could utilise them better and differently. And we have a large body of healthcare assistants who are not registered nurses, but very skilled, who we also provide the support and care with at night. Through the amazing support of Toyota, they provided us with a car, which we couldn't have done this without their support, which was fantastic. By having the car, we were able to put a team of 2 nurses out in that car every night from 9:30 to 6:30 in the morning and provide a roaming service, which we had never done before. Our 2 nurses then, one registered nurse and one healthcare assistant, respond to calls during the course of the night from families and also from our staff, and also other staff such as Marie Curie support workers that are out there, or domiciliary care agencies who have staff supporting patients at night. What we've been able to do is use that roaming team of nurses to respond to more rapid needs for requests for care. That has enabled us to go in to a person's home and help with things like managing symptoms. For families, it's very distressing to see a loved one in pain or possibly coughing and looking like they're choking because the secretions that build up as somebody starts to enter the final stages of life becomes much more challenging. By using our roaming nurses, we've been able to go out, provide care, support, deliver medication, manage those symptoms, possibly remove those secretions, make sure that person isn't in pain, reposition them in their bed. If they've had an accident, clean them up, ensure that they're dignified and being treated with love and respect. And that roaming team has been able to do that, responding to different calls through the night. The important thing is it has meant that we have been able to be there for people and prevent them from ending up in hospital. I'll just hand over finally to Scott to say his bit.
Yeah, so instead of doing less, we've actually done a lot more. So what Phil's not saying is we're seeing hundreds of extra patients every month now because it's the right thing to do. It's hard out there, and yeah, it's a struggle to make income. We don't get paid for the NHS for a roaming nurse service, but people in Derbyshire deserve a good death, and I think they expect that of Treetops, and that's what we're there for. we've not stopped. It's been hard. We've been doing a lot more besides this. We're looking after Derby Hospital now, and we're looking after care homes. We've also been to see and visit the terminally ill patients in our community that we've not been able to see. So that's us really. But also I just want to say I'm proud to be a Derbyshire boy, and everybody deserves to win this. We've all done so well as a city and a county. So thank you.
Thank you both very much, and it is a tough subject to talk about, but thank you for coming on and letting us know what you've been doing and how important that work is amongst the community. And it's just fantastic to see that you're doing more than ever. So hopefully you'll get plenty of support in the coming months from people. So thank you very much.
Thank you.